Hi, this is Matt once again. We're about to the video, and this is a paid request for Jack. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or Cash App. Links are down below in the info box. I'll get to as soon as I possibly can. And Jack, one of my thoughts on my top 20 favorite sci-fi films of all time. Now, a lot of these are going to be pretty typical. And also I was trying to think, well, what makes something sci-fi in particular? Because some of these could be, okay, sci-fi action, sci-fi horror, things of that nature. I just took a chance on putting some of these on the list. Before I get to the list, notable, honorable mentions here. Time Cop, a lot of fun. It's getting a release from Shout Factory sometime. Getting a very fun Van Damme movie. Really, the film that could have been his franchise. Because there's a lot of possibilities you could have done with that concept. Ron Silver was a good bad guy. I'm still kicking. Must be on Broadway. Fun action scenes. Good escapism fun. Total Recall, classic from 1990 Arnold film. Got 3 titties. I got 5 kids to feed. Benny, screw you. Consider that a divorce. Just so many great things, great moments in that film. It's Total Recall. What else can you say? Cyborg, fun Van Damme movie. Blade Runner 2049. I saw it in the theater, had a great time. I actually liked it more than the first. I know people, what? I don't mind the first Blade Runner, but I like the sequel more because I like the lead character more. Harrison Ford, I liked as an actor. I don't think Deckard is that interesting of a character. At least the way they have it in that movie. I just don't think he's that interesting of a character. Especially his love story with that Rachel character, that I don't think they had chemistry with each other. I don't think him and Sean Young had chemistry. The more interesting character was Rutger Hauer. And he was great in it. Beautiful music by Vangelis. Great visuals. Beautiful looking movie. It's excellently music. Like, that film would almost work better as a silent film with just the music. Except Rutger Hauer. Like, just have Rutger Hauer's speech and his talk. Like, really, if you had that a silent film and the only dialogue was Rutger Hauer's beautiful speech at the end, that'd actually be interesting. But, yes, I thought Ryan Gosling's character was more interesting. I liked his journey more. I liked the finale more. Even, Harrison Ford, while I do like him as an actor, and it's not that I despise Deckard, I like him enough that I want him to have a good ending. And in the second film he does. He gets with his daughter. It's a nice, sweet moment. Ryan Gosling has a hero's journey where he wants to be real, and then he has the hope of being real, being a person, realizes he's not one, but he makes the choice to do the human thing, is to do the right thing, which is to help a guy get back with his daughter. And people give that movie so much shit. I don't think it deserves it. I really don't. But then they give Dune, oh, the movie's so boring. I get it. The film did not need to be as long as it needed to. I get that. But then they're like, oh, but Dune was so great from the director. I mean, the movie with just shitload of sand. Teach their own. The Matrix, classic. The Relic, underrated creature feature film in the museum. Rest in peace, Don Sizemore. My favorite role of his. Outland, wonderful sci-fi western. High Noon in Outer Space, my favorite Sean Connery role. To get over. Peter Boyle does good as the villain. If you look at the aesthetics, it looks like they take place in the world of Alien in the same universe. Love Outland. Great Western in space. Short Circuit 1 and 2. Really enjoyed the Johnny Five character. Star Trek. I'm a Star Trek fan. I like the first 6 movies and I like the original show. I would say I like that more than Star Wars, honestly. Wall-E. Perhaps my favorite animated film. Or at least one of them. At least my favorite Pixar film, I'll say that. That's a beautiful looking movie. Back to the Future, The Terminator, The Last Starfighter, a lot of options there. But 20, I put 2 on here because I didn't know if this was sci-fi or not. Gravity. It's a space movie, but like I see it some places call it sci-fi, and then some places no. Because otherwise it'd be Alien on the list. So I just put both because I love Gravity. I am surprised there has not been a 4K of that released. I saw it in the theater twice. Loved it. I like Sandra Bullock. I'm a big fan of hers. I love the idea of being stranded in space and what do you do? And it's a survival movie. And one of the worst places to be to try to survive in space. And yeah, it's a bit heavy-handed on the ideology, however you want to put it, the symbolism. It's a bit heavy-handed on that, but I that was a great experience, and I to this day I still really enjoyed Gravity. And Alien, it's a classic. What more could be said about Alien? Ash is a goddamn robot. Talk about the bonus situation, right? That's all you don't do is say right, right. Good cast, beautiful designs by H.R. Dieter. The truck driver and space mentality was a nice asset to that film. Sigourney Weaver definitely made her a star. Beautiful music by Jerry Goldsmith. And again, H.R. Dieter's design of the xenomorph is iconic. Ridley Scott, I think it's his best film. Love Alien. Number 19, RoboCop. What more could be said? RoboCop. Peter Weller does a bang-on job. Fun villains, especially Kurtwood Smith as Clarence Boddicker. Bitches leave. Did you fly, Bobby? To throw his ass out? Gets it to the cop's windshield. Ultra Violence by Paul Verhoeven. People get shot to shit, especially by the Ed 209. Great score. Wonderful design of the RoboCop outfit. Memorable lines. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. Great support by people like Nancy Allen, Ronnie Cox. Exciting action. RoboCop is a classic. Number 18, The Fifth Element. I believe I saw that in the theater. It was a great experience. I actually got requested to do a commentary. I have to do that sometime this month for Ben. It'll be interesting to watch that film again. Great movie, The Fifth Element. Love it. Beautiful visuals on that movie. Beautiful visuals. The spaceships, the costume designs. It's still a good looking movie today. It's a simple plot, yes. 4 elements, need the 5th element. Put them together, stop this evil thing from coming and destroying everything. But the sense of humor, the aesthetic of it, it's not an action-packed movie, but when it happens, it's a lot of fun. Like the shootout Bruce Willis has with the alien guards and stuff. Mila Jovovich, I still think is her best role, because she doesn't have much to say, and she just has to kick ass and look hot. So, there you go. Granted, you say that's what she does later on, but I don't know, here, I think the director knew better how to use her. Just a beautiful style the Fifth Element has. And Bruce Willis does a good job. Yes, he's playing Bruce Willis, but he does a damn good job of it. Number 17, I put Watchers 2. This is a childhood favorite of mine. Watchers 2. Again, the story may not be nothing to shake at. Experiment gone awry. Super intelligent golden retriever. And a creature. Their plan was to have the dog go to enemy encampments, and the creature would follow and kill everyone there. Something happens. They both get out. The dog reaches this Marine Corps guy who is with the military police. The dog helps him get out of it, and it helps save each other from this creature who kills some of the other officers there, the MP, military police. And then Mark Senior, the Beastmaster himself, is helping the dog locate this lady, played by Tracy Scoggins. And it's just one of those monster movies I grew up with as a kid that I watched quite a few times. Same with the first one. But Watchers 2, I like both of these, but Watchers 2 I probably like a little bit more because of Mark Senior. While I do like Corey Haim, Mark Senior, just this simple stuff, like shooting with a shotgun, blowing it away, stabbing in the back. The music, the way they handle the dog, some of the bits of humor. Like I said, if you're a newbie, meaning if you don't have the nostalgia I have, you may look at this and go, what's the big deal? But again, just one of those monster movies that I saw at an early age and really connected with. And I do have the Blu-ray, it's over there, but great that if I got a Blu-ray where they cleaned up the picture quality. I just wish they had features on it, because there was an interview, and I put in one of my reviews, I think, where he did talk positive of the movie. So that's why I'm so surprised they didn't get an interview with him, but they probably didn't ask. Number 16, Deep Rising. Rest in peace to Treat Williams. My favorite role of his. My favorite directing job from the guy, Stephen Sommers, who would go direct The Mummy, which I like, and other films. Monster movie on a cruise ship. Nice production value on the explosions and the firefights and the crazy miniguns all the folks have. Because Treat Williams is taking this group of mercenaries to this cruise ship. The plan is that they're going to rob them, while Treat Williams and them are just driving them to the location. They get there, everything's empty. Where did everybody go? They find out it's these sea monsters. Yes, with CGI, that doesn't hold the best, since that was 1998, give or take. But there's some cool designs. There's some cool bits of gore, like aftermath of these bodies that kind of turning more and more into water. I don't know how else to put it. Some nice gory bits. Treat Williams is a fun character, same with Kevin J. O'Connor. Famke Johnson. Just a fun, likable cast with some entertaining action sequences. Enough practical stuff in there to work with the CGI. And some fun action set pieces, like I think we'll call it jet ski, but I think it's like a ski-doo, proper terminology. Going through the corridor, shooting elevators to open them as getting closer and closer. Very fun set pieces. A lot of fun, Deep Rising. Number 15, Dread. Saw Dread in the theater. Great experience, even in 3D. 3D was really cool. And so much fun. Carl Urban. Badass. Love the idea. From the bottom, going to the top of the building. Where some say they ripped off on the Raid Redemption, but technically, the Raid Redemption was... They're kind of being made at the same time. It just took longer for Dread to come out. Plus, I know there's controversy of who really directed it, because people say, it says Pete Travis, I think is his name, but people say, well, really it was this other guy, the guy who did Ex Machina. So I don't know who directed the film, truthfully, but it's a fun action movie. I love the sci-fi elements of the slow-mo and how they do that visually. Dread, that's a film, people ask what's a film you wish you had a sequel. Dread is one of them. It's too late now, but great theater experience. Dread, a lot of fun. Number 14, Split Second. Split Second is one of those childhood favorites. Yes, it doesn't have a ton of action, but man, it's got, for me, personality. I love Rutger Hauer. It's one of my favorite roles of his. He's a guy strung out on chocolate and caffeine and coffee. And it's just such a unique personality in that. I love the sidekick Neil Duncan, Detective Dick Durkin, who's like a comic book fan and into the occult. And I like sort of the arc of him being kind of a goody two-shoes to be more like him, be more hyped up when he beat fucking guns. I love the rapport between the two. I love the way London looks in the future. I think they say like 2007 or something. I forget the year. But I love like how the London's like everything's flooded, so it has this wet look to it. When you do see the creature, it does look like Venom, Spider-Man Venom, which I thought looked cool. I like the idea is like a creature, but he's like a serial killer, is ripping people's hearts out. Now, if it's a demon, if it's the devil, if it's someone possessed and thinking they're the devil, I never 100% sure as to what the hell it is. But even after all these years, well, if it is Satan, there's a deep shit. That Satan is in deep shit. I do remember that line. There's some fun lines in this. I think the finale, there's some fun action. I think a different director, because I think the original director who did The Burning was doing that, and then something happened. I don't know. I don't know that. I can't. Even on the making of, they didn't go a whole lot into details what happened. But yeah, there was a different director who did the finale. So I don't know what the details were. Maybe if I looked it up more, I could find them. But overall, Split Second I've always enjoyed. I always think it's a lot of fun. Number 13, Universal Soldier. Got Van Damme fighting Dolph Lundgren. Battle of the Titans. Favorite Roland Emmerich film. Just what to eat. You're dead, soldier. No, I'm alive. Great hurricane and beautiful kicks against Dolph. Dolph Lundgren's a lot of fun too. As Sergeant Andrew Scott, wearing a necklace of earrings and just being entertaining as a villain. Do you hear me? Love Universal Soldier. One of my favorite Van Damme movies. Like the idea of soldiers being used, brought back to life, and then used, but they're kind of brainwashed. And then Van Damme starts waking up from it. Then Dolph Lundgren starts waking up from it. Remember the trailer used the music from Terminator 2 in it. But yeah, I remember that was a big deal because I grew up with Van Damme and Dolph, Rocky IV, The Punisher, Bloodsport, Cyborg, like watching these movies. Wow, these guys are gonna go, you're right. So it was palpable, the excitement, and it delivered. Still my favorite Roland Emmerich film. Number 12, Runaway. This deserves a better release in the U.S. I love that film. Tom Selleck stars. I like the idea that it's a future where robots are more the norm, but the robots have a more realistic look to them, like how they would practically be. Just a lot of times it'd be, they're like iRobot. Which I just makes sense in like a big budget, you wanted to look a certain way, but it's like more than likely if it's going to look like something, it's going to look like the future of Runaway. Where these robots doing things, but they look, it's not about aesthetics, it's just, do they get the job done? Whether doing the farming equipment or doing the office equipment or being the babysitter, just kind of the bare essential things. And then some of them go haywire. I always remember the scene where Tom Selleck has to go into that house and there's the machine and has the gun, and very tense scene, especially by Jared Goldsmith's music, which is very well done. Gene Simmons, a lot of fun as the villain. I love the idea of Tom Selleck's character being afraid of heights, which plays in big part of the third act. And kind of ahead of his time when you look at some of the stuff. Like a heat-seeking bullets, a bullet with your name on it, the drones going into the house, which we have drones now, and drones flying in. Like, there's some stuff in that movie you watch, you go, wow, this was kind of ahead of its time. I mean, we don't have spiders that shoot acid, as far as I know. But, maybe eventually. But there's some other stuff in there that I thought was a bit ahead of its time, so. I always liked Runaway. It's always a childhood favorite of mine. Number 11, The Running Man, which I know they're doing a remake, which actually someone requested I talk about that, news of that remake, but yeah. Arnold's, that film is a classic. Almost every line Arnold says is memorable. Here's Sub-Zero, now Plane Zero. Hey, Christmas tree, found me light bulb. I leave you to see you eat that contract, but you leave some room for my fist to go jam it to your stomach and break your goddamn spine. There's so many memorable lines. I love the idea of Richard Dawson playing the villain. It was a perfect match. Great support by Maria Conchita Alonso and Yaphet Kotto, and the villains, how they're all filled with personality, which of course they were inspired by WWF. So you have these personalities like Sub-Zero, Buzzsaw, that would get people going, like WWF wrestlers, the personalities. Which, I mean, if this ever came into play, that's what they would do. Like an evil version of American Gladiators. I like that aspect. The music is really great by Harold Faltermeyer. The action is fun. I think the director did a good job. Arnold was like, it looks like a TV show. What? It's supposed to be a TV show, dude. Duh. But The Running Man I've always enjoyed. A lot of fun. Number 10, Demolition Man. I got the Arrow video. I have not watched that yet, but that's a classic. I mean, it's one of my favorite Stallone films. He's great in it. Wesley Snipes is fantastic as Simon Phoenix, one of his best performances. Jeffrey Dahmer, I love that guy. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. I keep that in mind. Great set pieces from the very beginning, which is weird. You watch that, it's LA in flames, which is kind of how it is today, sadly. But yeah, the opening action scene to the car chase bit to the fight at the end. A lot of stuff ahead of its time, like things being more PC and cancel culture, but if you don't follow the PC guidelines. And there's a lot of stuff in there that's really ahead of its time. I didn't even like the opening where, I mean, granted, the year may not be right, but LA being on fire. Like, goddamn. Hell, so much fucking shit's burned down. Maybe we'll change it to San Angeles. There won't be a fucking city left. But Demolition Man is a great movie. Number 9, John Carpenter's The Thing. What more can be said? It's a wonderful case of suspense and paranoia. Great cast. Kurt Russell, Wilford Brimley, Teef David, T.K. Carter. Excellent score by Ennio Morricone. Amazing special effects by Rob Bottin. Some of the best effects you could ever have. Very intense. Just fantastic. Fantastic movie. Number 8, Predator. I mean, it's Predator. What can I say? It's Arnold. It's Carl Weathers. It's Bill Duke. It's Jesse Ventura and Sonny Landham. It's that great design of the Predator. If it bleeds, would you kill it? It's bullshit. Don't live at the time of the mist. Just do your dirty work. It's a good slow burn with some action in there when they fight when they're at the enemy compound. Even John McTiernan knew how to make shooting into the jungle exciting. And of course, you're going to direct Die Hard after this. Great to see Arnold in a sci-fi horror type of element. Running Man is just great. 10. I mean, oh, sorry. 8. Can't tall. 7. Tremors. Always loved Tremors. Film I reference a lot. I love the characters of Val and Earl. They're just so easy to root for, likable characters, blue collar characters, very witty script. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward were a wonderful team, excellent chemistry, wonderful lines of dialogue. Tammy Lynn Baxter, doesn't matter, they're all the same. Dead weight. Ooh, I broke the nail. I'm a victim of circumstance. Thought you'd call you Pecker. Wonderful designs and creature work by the Alec Dillis and Tom Woodruff Jr. You got Michael Gross in there. You got, again, the cast, the setting, middle of nowhere, wonderful creatures, well done effects, witty script, likable characters, all the things you want in that kind of movie. Just a great film, Tremors. Number 6, The Blob from 1988. Right there. One of my all-time favorites. Watched that a lot when I was a kid. Kevin Dillon and Shawnee Smith were a wonderful team. Excellent special effects. Great gore moments. The person being sucked into the sink. Or the person trying to cop a feel and get his just desserts. The movie theater massacre where people's faces being ripped off and stuff. The people being broken into like a wishbone. Some insane stuff in that movie. Some insane gory stuff in that movie. Has a good sense of humor. Like the kids go see the slasher film within the movie, The Garden Tool Massacre. Frank Darabont did a wonderful job on the script, along with the director who did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors, Chuck Russell. I mean, they really made the Blob feel alive. It's a shame it bombed. I think it bombed. Personally, the marketing, I think, could have been better. Because the poster they used was not the poster, was not that. They used a poster, I don't know, I don't think it was nearly as good. And also the Blob, the title, people just think, oh, okay, it's a blob that kills people. They just thought it was a goofy, silly idea, because the original was such a goofy, silly movie. I don't like the original Blob film. I know Steve McQueen's in it. I don't care. I don't like the film. I think it's boring as shit. It's not because it's an old film, because I like The Thing from Another World from the 50s. I think that's a great movie. I like Them. I haven't seen it forever. I like to rewatch Them and Thing from Another World. I remember liking both of them. And those are from the 50s, and those are sci-fi. So it's not because it's old. It's an older film. It's just I think The Blob fucking sucks. The original. But the remake, I think, is better in every way. You think this guy's a good guy? The main lead is actually this guy. The slow build-up where it gets on the guy's hand, and the reveal of what happened to the guy's body at the hospital, and even kids aren't safe in the movie. Shawnee Smith getting a Ripley moment. Come on, you do better than that. The one thing I don't like is the sequel being ending. And there's one or two shots of the Blob when it's in town that you tell are, I forget how, you tell aren't really in the scene. There's a shot where Kevin Dillon kind of goes into frame, and the Blob's huge. And you could tell, almost see like a blue, like a faded look. So you tell they're not in the same universe. So there's a handful of those shots, and the ending, the sequel bait ending. Those are nitpicks. Other than that, I love the Blob. Number 5, I always champion this movie. Leviathan. This is a childhood favorite of mine. I love this movie, which is funny because I got the 4K. I haven't watched it yet. This is a gift someone sent me, which is the Laserdisc, which I don't have a Laserdisc player, but it's nice to have. I love the cast. Yeah, Peter Weller from RoboCop, Richard Crenna from Rambo 1, 2, and 3, Amanda Pays from The Flash from the 90s, Daniel Stern from Home Alone, Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters, Michael Carmine from Batteries Not Included, Lisa Albacher from Beverly Hills Cop, Hector Elizondo, Maid Foster from They Live. You have an excellent cast. You have makeup effects work by Stan Winston. You have Jerry Goldsmith, very underrated score from him. Like, this is my kind of monster movie. Good, likable set of characters. Great production design by Ron Cobb, who worked on Alien. Yes, you'd call an Alien ripoff, but at least this is in the water, and at least there's some different stuff. Like a male lead, among other stuff. My only issue is I don't like what they did with Ernie Hudson's character. I think they should have... If you've seen the movie, you know what I mean. But, love the movie. I know you've gone through hell. Gone? Bitch, we're still here! I love that movie. I mean, I love that film. It's a lot of fun. Say, motherfucker... Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have seen more action in the film. But, yeah, it's trying to be a bit more horror and less action. But I could watch that film anytime and get sucked into it. And I love, like, the cast, the dialogue between the characters. It's one of those films that even if a creature didn't emerge, I would enjoy the film because I like the cast and the way they talk to each other. And the creature's like the big added bonus. The punch at the end, better. A lot better. Love that movie. Number 3, I Come in Peace. Sci-fi, action, buddy cop film. Dolph Lundgren and Brian Benben track down an alien that's a drug dealer from outer space that wants the endorphins in your brains because that's your drug of choice. So he'll steal cocaine, overdose you so you can't move, put a spike through your head, get out the endorphins, and get ready to sell. Shoot CDs that bounce off walls and cut people's necks. Like, that right there is already such a cool idea. And then you have Trader Baxley that knows how to direct action. He had like a $2-3 million budget and made it look like Game Busters. There's fight scenes, there's explosions, there's big alien guns that make entire cars explode. There's car chases going on the sidewalk, going through malls. There's nice showdowns. The alien uses that thing to try to overdose Dolph, and he's moving back and forth, and so much fun. Great score by Jan Hammer, who worked on Miami Vice. Character actors like Michael J. Pollard, Matthias Hughes, very big, intimidating guy as the alien. I come in peace, and you go in pieces, asshole. Love that movie. So much fucking fun. So much fun. Love it. And number 2, Predator 2. I talk about Predator 2 all the time. One more thing I said. I've done more reviews for Predator 2 than I think anybody on YouTube, and I would do a dozen more if it was if I wanted to, if it was requested, because I love the film that much. Relentlessly paced, wonderfully entertaining. Love the cast. Love Danny Glover. Fuck yourself. It's like, you cutting off my dick, you're shoving up my ass. If you want to hear more, look back on a recent video I did where it's like Predator versus Predator 2 versus Prey. I talked a lot about Predator 2 in that video. love the film. I mean, I've talked about that endlessly. And of course, number one, see from the poster behind me, Aliens. Excellent cast. You know, for a while I would say like Cobra or Hard Target or Rambo 2 are my favorite films of all time, but like this always kept popping in my head. I'm like, you know what? That has everything I want in a movie. The characters are great. The lead, Ripley, the whole thing, especially in the longer cut, about her kid dying when she wasn't able to be there for her, the PTSD trauma, the nightmares, one go in to get revenge, the great back and forth with the soldiers, Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, Lance Henriksen, Jeanette Goldstein. You ever been mistaken for a man? No, have you? Wonderful score by James Cameron, great production design, excellent action sequences. When they pop up, it is not, it takes a while for it, but when it delivers it very well. I mean, the whole Power Loader versus the Alien Queen is movie magic to me. The siege, when they're coming out of the woodwork and they're firing all the xenomorphs, and when Ripley's burning the nest and letting all her rage and anger out. The mother-daughter angle, which is very sweet. Beautiful ending. The Alien 3 fucked everything up. Fuck Alien 3. I'll say that again. Fuck Alien 3. Fuck Alien 3. Fuck Alien 3. Fuck it. Aliens to me is like all I want. It's all the things I want in a movie. Characters, a story I give a shit about, action, intensity, great production values, music like Bishop's Countdown, that track. Satisfying ending. Cool ass characters like Michael Biehn. Great leads like Sigourney Weaver. Awesome movie, Aliens. So with that said, that's my list. Thanks once again, Jack. I appreciate it. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.